Hello everyone, and today in our INT series we're interviewing Jack, Coach Fenton. He's the co-founder of Warwick Esports, which is probably one of the most successful esports societies in the UK. He's the current president of the society, and he's the coach for League of Legends team. Let's just jump into it and see what Jack has to say.
Hi, I'm Jack, Coach Fenton, and I'm the president and the League of Legends coach at Warwick Esports.
So Jack, first of all, huge congratulations. You won the Esports University of the Year award from NSC. What does that mean to you specifically, and what does that mean to your society?
I mean, it means a lot to us. I mean, what it feels like is confirmation for 2 years of effort, really, because we've kind of sat at the top of the standings realistically for the last 2 years. There was an unofficial Bucks points table made by NSC for last year when they first came together as an organization just to test their point system, because their algorithm's been around for a year now. And the first time they made it, it was a very similar point difference, and that's when they kind of labeled us kind of Loughborough of esports, and it was been really nice to get that confirmation now, like an official title that says it. And I think the biggest thing is actually being able to present it to our university, because recently we've been getting a lot of attention from the university itself, especially our sports department, who want to celebrate our success as a sports society, which is really exciting.
So how did Warwick University react to you bringing home the Esports University of the Year title?
Yeah, they've reacted so well. So Lisa Dodmain, who's our head of sports and active communities at Warwick University, she's got super excited about it, and a lot of the students' union representatives and other high-up sports people at our university found out about the victory through Twitter and things like that. So the official account were tweeting about us and stuff like that. So that was really nice. But the biggest thing is that they want to meet with us now, and they want to see how they can support us in 1920, not just say like, oh look, this is what we did, even though they had no involvement whatsoever, because we're actually a relatively poor society. But they were like, no, how can we support you in the future? How can we keep you being at this level? So that's really exciting as well.
All of that sounds amazing, but what's next for Warwick Esports in 2019 and 2020?
I mean, hopefully I see Warwick Esports in the same and if not better position. Personally, as a coach and our president, competitively, I see ourselves in a more consistent position where we enter more teams in more competitions and don't have the same points drop off, because my biggest worry was the points drop off in the second split after having such a massive lead. I think we technically actually finished third in the second split, but we won the first split by such a disgustingly huge margin that it didn't matter. But that's not my biggest concern. I mean, competition is really important, right? But at the end of the day, a society's responsibility is to provide a good service for their for the members and to have lots of cool events going on. So where I see ourselves next year is as a hub for UK esports, actually, is someone who can set a standard for events that are happening and lots of things that lots of people to get involved with, not just Warwick University students. Because obviously you have stuff like King of the North and Frag Sock Invitational and things like that, right? Which we send the stretchy boys to and they just go and win. But I want to set things that make esports not just about winning and make it about knowing people, because I think esports is a great friendship network as well as a great environment just to meet people from all over the world, right? Like, one of the biggest reasons I went to Warwick as a student was because there's so many international students. I think it's like almost more than 30% of our students are from like non-UK base. And I want these people from all over the world to use this opportunity to meet each other and play games together. So I want esports to become, Warwick Esports in particular, to become even less about just being great at winning, which we are. We're very good at winning things, but I also want it to be a really good community. So I see ourselves as more of a family next year, I guess.
So no one's going to disagree with me when I say that Warwick Esports Society is probably one of the best, if not the best, esports society in the UK. What is your secret? What makes you stand out above the others?
I think like, yeah, obviously we've got a few years under our belt, but what's really interesting is actually Warwick Esports has only existed for 2 years now, because prior to that we were just Warwick League of Legends Society. When I joined the university, it was just called Warwick League of Legends. And I joined as our esports representative, who was basically responsible for sending teams into Newell, because NSC didn't even exist at this point in time. And I said, like, why are we not representing other games, right? We have a society called CompSoc, but they're more oriented towards programming, computer stuff, and also a lot more like independent gaming, stuff like single player games and less esports stuff. And I was like, look, there's not enough representation. There's not a platform for these people. We should become esports society. And I think what made us so successful was the fact that we built a great hub where we gave players really good teams, where we set up a foundation where people could actually apply with saying what they want to get out of every year. So people would apply and they'd say, for example, League of Legends, obviously that's my preference, where most of my knowledge is. If you applied for League, you'd say what your primary, secondary, and sometimes even their tertiary role was. But then they'd also say what they want to get out of it. So even if you were like silver, but you wanted to work really hard on playing like an LCS team, you could do so. And we'd always find five members who were a similar elo and had the same hardworking attitude, which is where our birth of all these great teams came about. And through that, we got coaches, and through that, we got people who wanted to be in that coaching or senior leadership position. And I think the secret behind our successful competition-wise is coaching. In fact, I got asked this question by Joel, one of the co-founders of Excel Esports. Yep. He said, like, what's the secret? And I said, it's coaching. It's like we have coaches. We have Alan in our CSGO team. I coach the League of Legends team, and then I know our Overwatch team has really good senior leadership as well, like people who are either members of the team or used to be, and they come back and they critique VODs and things like that. So I think competitively it's coaching. That would be my one-word answer. And for the society itself, in terms of being a great community, it's just having a good brand that backs us up, a good kind of ethos, so everyone knows what we're about. And it's nice because everyone can be brought together by this one single entity.
So Jack, what's your favorite memory from the Warwick Esports Society? It could be this year, it could be the last couple of years. What is the one memory that you'll always cherish in your mind?
My favorite moment would be a hard one. I really, really enjoyed this NSE weekend, even though, which was weird as well, because we didn't have anyone there. Is this all time? Or just this academic? All time. Oh, that's crazy. I think my all-time favorite memory of the society, it's either one of the Stretchy Boys victories, because they're just always so satisfying to watch. They're so strategically minded. Their brains are so enormous. But it's probably for me watching Newell live 2 years ago now. So this is 2017, where Grey Warwick won their first Newell title. And just watching Kerberos like split push as Jax. I was still like a fresher at this point, and I was getting to know people. I'd just been elected as esport representative and stuff like that. And it was just so exciting. And actually after that was when Prince Philip, their captain at the time, approached me and said, hey, like, I've seen some of the things you've been doing. Would you like to coach us? Which is effectively where my coaching career started as well. So that's a really cool... That was definitely my best memory. It's like, because that was a really hype series, even though it was only 3-0. And then a couple of weeks later, I was effectively made their coach. So that's definitely my favorite moment.
So what is the best place for us or anyone who's watching or listening to get in touch with you, to learn more about what you guys do and to see your progress throughout the next year?
I mean, we have a lot of platforms, which is super nice. So we have an open Facebook page, obviously just Warwick Esports. We have our Twitter, which is at Warwick Esports. And then we have our website as well. We have www.warwickesports.com. So that's really, like, we have a lot of places to go to. There's loads of and come and get involved with our Discord as well. There's links to our Discord on our website and our Twitter. It'd be really cool. I really encourage people not from my university, from other universities, to come and just get involved in our community, because we have so many people playing games and talking to each other. I think that's the best way to learn, is to actually meet our members, because there's always someone online and someone to talk to. So I think that's the biggest thing.
So Jack, do you have any final words you'd like to say to NSE, Newell, your society members, or anyone who's watching or listening to this video?
I think for Newell, NSE, and my society members, if I could say something to them if they're listening, it's like, thank you, because I've got a lot of support over my time at the university. I've been here almost 3 years now, because I'm currently on my year out. So coming into my 4th year while I'm president, I've got so much support. I've been giving the platform to become not just Jack Fenton and effectively become coach, which I'm super grateful for. And I want to thank Newell and NSC for being great platforms to do that. But I think I also want to say to those 3 groups of people also that there's still a lot of things to learn. And that we need to move forward as like a group of people, because Newell, NSE, and the members of every society need to come together and quit with exclusivity and learn together and develop together, I think, because it's such an exciting opportunity that we have university esports. And if we can make it anything like American sports, where they obviously American college basketball and things like that, if we can make it anything vaguely like that, where esports is a feeding ground for for LVP, or even in my opinion, I think that university esports should feed into the LEC in the future. But we can only do that by coming together as a community. So I want to say thank you to all the people that have supported me, but also to say that there's a lot of work still to do, for sure.
That's it for the interview. Thank you so much, Jack, Coach Fenton. We really appreciate your time. And if you want to learn more or see more of these kind of videos, make sure to subscribe to our channel, because that really helps us legitimize ourselves and make sure that we can get bigger and better people to interview. And it just, it's a nice and buzzy feeling from the inside when we get more and more subscribers, more shares, more likes, and things like that. So this video would not be possible without the help from University of Roehampton. Roehampton is the first university in UK to offer esports scholarships to our students. So if you are looking to study at a university and you think you're really good at esports, you can apply to get the esports scholarship. That's going to cover you for £1,500 a year for the next 3 years. It's really interesting. It's really good. We have this amazing esports arena. You definitely should at least check it out. So search for Roehampton Esports on Google and you'll find all the information and the application process. Thank you so much for watching, you beautiful bastards. I'll see you next time, as always.